Hello traders, this is Alex. I'm going to give you an update on some cryptocurrencies I added to the commodity matrix. Again, this is the using the moons as the time and the square 9 for price. This is Bitcoin. Now I've got different speeds on here that I updated. This is the original one. You can see this is the 1-to-1 trend line off this low. We're kind of on it now as of the close yesterday. This is the solar eclipse close right here, and we're what? August 12th is the next solar eclipse, so we're coming upon that pretty quick. So this has been a barrier, right? We tested it once, failed, boom, back to the 1-to-1. These have been the lows, so you got to assume that's a possibility. Now this is, I called it Bitcoin 2. Same thing, it's just a different speed. This one was 8, an 8 by 1 basically. This will be a 16 by 1. So again, I kind of got these highlighted, the squares, right? So that's 8 squares apart. This one is 16 squares apart. So basically, from this high to this low is 14, so it'll be half of that, right? So from this high to this low is 9, almost whatever, right? So again, it's half. So everything I keep mathematical. So this is the new speed, and you can see it just still, this is the solar eclipse close. That's the resistance. Shows it a little more prominent. We did square it out here on the Bitcoin. And again, to kind of confirm the low, I like to look back at the other squares and see where they came in. But that's Bitcoin 2. Again, we're coming into the solar eclipse. You can see we made a low onto the solar lunar eclipse sequence. We're coming, the yellow is halfway, and it did make a high. The quarter made a low. So I'm hoping that can, since we've had some perfect activity, I'm hoping for another major low down in here somewhere. Doesn't matter where, really. But that's what I'm kind of hoping for. Again, we squared out that last range right here. So, right, this is the square of this speed, right? Or if you drew a squaring of the range, that is it, right? 23 by 23. Anyway, let's go to XRP. I also added, cut the speed in half. So a little difference there from 2 to 4, a 4 by 1 speed. So you can see the difference. Let me get it over there so it's the same. Yeah, again, you can see the difference that it changes it. Now, again, the reason why I probably will still use these as my getting in, getting out. It's just a more of a visual thing, right? When I show people, I don't have to scroll up so far, but it does make a difference. So, and you can see this one was kind of more of a flat, ugly trade. It did make a high right on the halfway point. The quarter was the low. So again, you look at that theme, right? Throughout the history, that's why Gann used the solar eclipses. And why I do, and why everybody needs to keep track of those. It's a simple thing, right? I'm not trying to give you a trading platform and how to trade the eclipses, even though there's probably, I used to get down to the rat's ass and try to predict stuff, right? Now I don't care about predicting. Okay, this is Ethereum, and this quarterly definitely hit it. Again, I like to color code it, so if it's off, I consider that still good, right? Again, it's a visual thing for me. I look at it real quick. I don't spend a lot of time. It's kind of out of balance a little bit. The eclipses were kind of in the middle no man's land, quarter no man's land. Halfway point was kind of no man's land. So again, just trying to guess a little bit, but I'm hopefully it gets back into rhythm on this next eclipses. Now here's Selenium, Sol, S-O-L, Solana, excuse me. This is a nice little correction. Again, solar eclipse closes. The two next eclipses are in the hunt for pretty good pricing. I just hope that my goal in looking at these is to try to assume we're making some type of low. Now again, you can see we're a declining pattern, so it gets up a little bit and then this peters out. This one has had a little more banging around than XRP and some of the others. Here's Litecoin, LTC. Again, you can see more rhythmic, kind of near the lows. Missed it by one moon period, right? But that's good enough for me. We had this outside event, maybe signaling, again, a potential decline. Again, hopefully, oops, I'm off of, right here are the two eclipses. I'm hoping for some type of major low that I will be less fearful on buying on the 12th through the 27th. And I'll be watching it, moon period before and after anyway. Now here's DOGE, D-O-G-E, and you can see this symbol. I don't understand it personally, but a lot of people trade it, so I added it to it as kind of, I wanted to have 6 cryptos, well, Bitcoin and cryptos, half a dozen. So that's what I got. I chose this one. Why, I don't know. But here is kind of the old lows that we took out, and really not, you can see I kind of drew it in here, so I won't get too excited here. I will pick this bottom a little bit. That's not my forte. I don't spend a lot of money. If I could do options, I would. I just don't know how on some of these. So I am picking this bottom, probably risking a close down here somewhere. Not a whole lot, though. I'm not a big fan. Now, I will, if I'm correct in guessing, right, then I will add. I'll be a big fan of adding, but I won't do that till after these eclipses get in and I can see where we're at. Okay, that's the new format. Bitcoin 2 is a little faster. XRP 2 is even, fast. And these are normal speeds that I created. I haven't had to adjust them yet. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited. I don't know if you watched that previous video I just put out. It's about XRP and the cycle work. I believe I put out another one on something similar, right? It's simple stuff, but I'm kind of getting a little excited about this low down here. 75 percentile in the XRP and 55% in the Bitcoin makes me kind of. I stand up to take a little notice when we start making these bear traps. I will be buying a bear trap on all these, or adding to. If I did pick some of them, I will be adding to the trap area. Not hanging on forever, but we'll probably look for some type of retracement or another trap area to bail on half of what I added to. That's kind of how I usually do it. Okay, this is Alex. I'm going to sign off. Hope you have a rest of a good week. Ciao.